Okay, I can't be the only one that noticed this. Stuff's just getting weird around here, particularly every time we talk about Sony, and particularly their flagship line. It started with the A90J, and it's just been like that since, and now we're seeing it again with the A95L. So Digital Trends comes out, and they're like, best TV of 2023? Kind of thing, right? HDTV Test comes out, best TV of 2023? And then all the other smaller guys that like look up to them and like worship them kind of do the same thing. And it's just like, okay, magically every TV that Sony comes out is the best with no kind of flaw that needs to be fixed at all. Like no kind of like, hey, listen, Sony's not on all of their P's and Q's. Customers that buy the TV absolutely have no problem, right? Regular people writing a 1-star review, writing a 2-star review, 3-star review, right? Like you'll see people even return the TV with dissatisfaction because there are areas of improvement.
Forget all of the absolute fake reviews that are up right now on Amazon. I mean, verified purchases are real reviews, but so far there are only basically like 3 of them. The rest are Vine customer reviews, which means these products were given to them for absolutely free. And that's a conflict of interest, needless to say. And that's pretty much all of Sony's reviews right now. Like, literally all of them. That's just very suspect. I mean, and look at what they're advertising. Crown the king of the shootout in 2023. I mean, like, come on. Seriously?
But these so-called expert reviewers, right, don't have the same wherewithal to know what's wrong with the TV. I'm telling you right now, like, it's not like it's a 0 out of a 10. But we are talking about a TV where its 55 is going for like $3,000, okay? And that's just to get your foot in the door. And you got to hold it to certain kinds of standards. And then when you have TVs like the S95C, the G3, hello? Are we joking right now? Are we actually taking a piss? The G3 is incredible, right? Highlight placement out of this world. Yeah, it might not have all of the color throw of the Quantum Dot OLEDs, but it's pretty damn good, and you can mimic those pretty well. So to the point where you get other benefits. So you can't just approach it like all you have is color, because the brightness is there and the contrast is there and the motion is there. So it's almost like, what are we doing right now, right? Like where we're just blindly giving Sony a free pass on pretty much every other metric that kind of exists. Now, I understand that like people don't like to rate Sony harshly, but you cannot, hear me, you cannot sit here and act like for gaming, Samsung isn't taking it right now. They have the most features and the most you can customize HDR for gaming, right? HDR Advanced, HDR 10 Plus, you know, HDR Basic. I mean, you have the active or the static tone mapping capabilities. Then you have the motion processing and soap opera effect, the black equalizer. I mean, it just goes on. It keeps going on after that, okay? Sony has nothing like that, okay? Outside of like freaking crosshairs, which by the way, Samsung has that too. So it gets to a point where it's like, okay, Samsung taking the gaming aspect all around, HDR and regular gaming. But then when we talk about movie watching, I'm sorry to say, like, Sony is not taking the cake there, in my personal view, because, hello, it only has a certain amount of brightness. And it's not like it's the end-all to be-all. And it's not like it's beating out the S95C and the S95B and the S90C by such a massive degree where they can't do anything. They just don't even look like QD OLEDs. So to say that it's the best when it's rocking a Samsung panel is kind of like, how though? What makes Sony the best? Interprocessing. Okay, are we really going to sit here and pretend like LG's processing this year on the G3 isn't that TV? It's sharper than the Sony. Like, have we not seen the G3? The G3 is so incredibly tack sharp. Like, what are we playing at? I don't know. And then it gets to a point where it's really annoying because, like, Sony has dog shit motion. I don't care how you feel about that. It does. Like, and I will show this off, by the way. I can do this in a myriad of different ways. I can use the Sony TV I already own with my A8G Bravia OLED, right? Or I can do this with the Sony A95L or any other Sony. Because let me tell you right now, Sony has not fixed this. In addition to still only having 2 HDMI 2.1 ports and costing $3,000 to do it. Like, how is that the best? I just don't understand. Like, we're really going to have to sit here and have a conversation about this because I'm noticing, like, it's just like roll out the red carpet for Sony, but everybody else just kind of gets, like, the meh treatment. And shit starts getting weird after that value electronics comparison. It's like they get that award, and then everybody just starts heel and toe falling in line with one another, and I am so incredibly sick of this industry. It's like it's so draining because it's like I hate being one of the only honest reviewers out here. I'm sure there are other honest people in the world, but they damn sure ain't on YouTube because they're sitting here like almost insinuating for you that this TV is just going to be like the end all to be all, the best out there. And it's not, though. It's not. It's a fucking A80J, okay, with quantum dots. The same as the A80K. It's just, or A90J with quantum dots. It's the same formula. Sony doesn't change because of this crap right here. And it's like, I'm so sick of it. Like, actually legitimately done with it. Like, I'm so over it to the point where it's like, why even bother to review it if all it's gonna be is this glorified circle jerk? I don't know. Triggered, yes. Annoyed, yes. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think it's weird that like all these reviewers are just insinuating that it's the best TV on the planet right now, no matter what its deficiencies are that we never fucking hear about? Like, there are many. It's not like one or two. There are a plethora of things that this thing is doing wrong. And it's just like, oh my God, there's not enough time in the day for this. But yeah, what are you gonna do?